We all think we're different. We all think we're not like them, whoever they are. The ones with bad opinions, boring jobs, basic lives. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. We're all cut from the same mass-produced existential cloth. We quote the same philosophers that we don't actually read, post mental health memes when we're just tired, and call it authenticity because it gets likes. We're all walking cliches, pretending to be exceptions. But, before we get into this, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, don't be a poser. We act like we're unpredictable, like we have depth, but every thought we've ever had has been tested, optimized, and by now monetized. Even your rebellion has a market segment. Think you're different because you listen to weird music? There's probably a playlist for it. Think you're deep because you delete your social media sometimes? The algorithm predicted your emotional breakdown 3 weeks ago. You're not a mystery. You're metadata. We used to think individuality was a birthright. Turns out it's just intellectual cosplay. Everyone's healing now. Everyone's working on themselves. We turned therapy language into performance art. You can't just say, I'm in a bad mood anymore. It has to be, I'm setting boundaries. You're not lazy. You're just protecting your energy. You're not indecisive. You're honoring your inner child. We made self-improvement a side hustle. You can now heal through luxury retreats, scented candles, and TikTok monks in linen pants. We buy crystals to fix anxiety caused by capitalism, which we then feed by buying more crystals. You see what I'm saying? It's like watching a dog chase its own tail, but with better branding. Nothing's real anymore. Not even being real. We've turned sincerity into a limited edition product drop. Everybody's raw and unfiltered just after they edit out the parts they don't test well. People say just be yourself, but they mean be the version of yourself that gets engagement. We're all little PR firms managing our own faces. We smile, we caption, we confess, all while refreshing our validation like we're waiting for God to text back. We used to lie to protect ourselves. Now we lie to maintain our brand consistency. Rebellion's been franchised. You can buy it online with free shipping. Anarchy in the 2020s means wearing black, drinking oat milk, and tweeting about capitalism from an iPhone made by underpaid factory workers. Every edgy opinion you have was pre-approved by an influencer months ago. We used to have countercultures. Now we have counter-algorithms. We don't rebel anymore. We just kind of slightly pivot. Every subculture eventually becomes a clothing line, a podcast, or a self-care brand. We can't even stay angry without a sponsorship deal. And then one day, you wake up and realize the person you made fun of in your 20s is you. You moisturize, you stretch before getting up, you say no worries while silently worrying. You talk about boundaries, you care about gut health, you become a Pinterest board with a credit score. But it's not your fault. Nobody really escapes cliche. We just trade them out over time. The tattoos fade, the hobbies rotate, the jargon updates, but the pattern's the same. Everyone's just trying to look like they know what they're doing. And the internet, it doesn't even pretend anymore. It knows who you are better than you do. You think you're searching for answers, but the system's already written your personality test. You're not discovering new ideas. You're scrolling through yourself. You're a feedback loop in cargo shorts. The only thing that changes is the font size and the ads. You can't outsmart it. You can delete your apps, move to the woods, buy a flip phone. But eventually, you'll be back in a Wi-Fi zone, arguing with strangers about things you don't control. That's the new human condition, addicted to our own reflection, pretending we're above it. We know it's ridiculous. That's the worst part. We're not blissfully ignorant. We're consciously stupid. We see the hypocrisy in real time, and we still can't stop participating. We post about mindfulness while doom scrolling. We complain about attention spans in 12-second videos. We talk about living in the moment while checking for comments every 5 minutes. We used to joke about being robots. Now we envy them. At least they get software updates. But maybe there's something free about it. Maybe being a walking cliche just means you're alive and paying attention. You love, you screw up, you try again. You overthink, underperform, then blame Mercury retrograde. You fall apart and call it transformation. You start journaling again like it's a revolution. We're all out here improvising with a script we didn't even write. It's tragic, sure, but it's also kind of funny. It's like watching clowns juggle chainsaws while giving each other life advice. So yeah, we are all walking cliches. We know it, we joke about it, and we still can't shut up about it. But maybe that's okay, because the alternative is being the guy who insists that he's not a cliche. Which, spoiler alert, that's the most cliche move of all. You can't escape it. You can only choose your flavor. So pick your trope, own your contradictions, laugh at your own reflection. You're not special. But you're not alone either. You're just another human doing your best impression of one. Thanks again. This has been Slack Signal X.